Good morning. I'm your host, David and you're listening to Live Without Limits. Today's show is titled Why Virtual Assistants Are a Game Changer for Your Business. First of all, when we're talking about virtual summits, we should first think about back in the 80s and 90s when people attended conferences because what a virtual summit is a extension of what they were in the past. Communication, the human connection, is the key to personal and career success, said Paul J. Meyer. Have you ever been to a conference? If you are like me, you would have attended many conferences in the past and realize that as much as they are important to your business, they are also a drain on your valuable time, energy, and resources. There are costs such as travel time, food, transportation, and accommodation, the opportunity for the cost of time spent away from business, a big, fat conference price tag. All conferences require some form of local or international travel, and they usually happen in exotic locations around the world instead of your own city. An international conference requires at least 1 day of travel to get there and 1 day of travel back home. This makes a quick 3 day conference into a 5 day affair. Now, I can remember back in the 80s and the 90s when I used to work with seminar companies, and this was the form of the way that they their format was set up. When you work for a seminar company, you would leave on Sunday night to get to the first city that you're working because you have to be there to set the room up at 7 in the morning. And then after the 8 hour presentation, you have to break the room down and make sure whatever material was not sold gets shipped back to the company. Now, they guarantee you $250 a day and you get commission from back of the room sales. So you had to learn to be a very good speaker and to get people to buy the products that were at the back of the room. And often to think about those options because when you consider what was going on and how all of that was put together, it was more to make money for the seminar company, and you had to be very good at doing what you did in order to make money. Another way that a professional speaker made money was that they would put together a media kit and then ship that media kit out to different organizations and conferences so that they could put together a contract with that company to be a keynote speaker, and if not a keynote speaker, then also a trainer in a breakout session. How that transforms into the summit today is what we will talk about a little later. For a business, this cost can quickly swell up to for each resource that's going to travel with you to the conference. It's going to set you back 5 days of salary, 5 days of travel, food, and accommodation. The cost of printing additional marketing material for distribution during the conference. For the average mid-level employee, that's a cost to a company of over $5,000 per conference per attendee. These high time and financial costs have business owners looking for different ways to upscale their employees and help them dramatically increase their network. For professional speakers, going to a conference was a great way to network with the HR attendees because the HR people were the ones who would hire you to come in and do the training within the company so that you can sell them your products and do train the trainer sessions. Today, what you're doing is you're actually selling yourselves directly to the customer rather than the company. Because back in the 80s, when corporations started looking at the cost of selling and training employees, the fact that these corporations were merging and they had 2 to 3 people doing the same job, that was exactly when all of the cutbacks started taking over, and you really started seeing a change in how business was done then and how it's being done today. Could there be a better way? Yes, and it is an online conference, aka virtual summit. What is a virtual summit? The virtual summit is a conference held online that brings together expert speakers to present on a specific topic. People can register with their email address to watch the video interviews and presentations, often for free during the event. Access to unlimited viewing of the 5 to 30 plus talks requires an upgrade. And what that means is when you attend a virtual summit, you initially get an email promoting it and telling you that you can sign up for free and get these 30 speakers. And you can go on and you can listen to them. But here's the kicker. If you want to take and get copies of those audios, then you have to go from being a free attendee and upgrade to a freemium attendee, which means that you've paid to get the audio product. Or you can choose to stay free. But the idea is this. Now, I work with a company called WBEX, and WBEX stands for Worldwide Business Executive Coaching Summit. And here's what they often would do. They would have a month-long pre-summit. And what they did at the pre-summit is they had 4 weeks and they had 3 speakers each day for 5 days. So that was 20 days. And when you looked at the fact that they had 20 days and generally 3 speakers a day, that was often 60 speakers that you had the option to hear. But those presentations were for 45 minutes. And once those presentations were over, then you had a breakout session where there was a leader, and that leader would get the people in the virtual room to talk about what they learned and what they didn't learn. The idea being that during the pre-summit, WBEX would constantly offer you discounts to get the audio program and discounts to sign up for the premium summit that was often run throughout the year with the various speakers coming on at different times during the year to do those presentations. So when you consider that the idea of a free summit is often to get you to upgrade and purchase whatever they had to offer. So while the talk is pre-recorded, usually the speaker is available to chat and to address any questions that you may have after going through the session. Now, take a moment to think of a conventional summit, then imagine taking it online. That's exactly what a virtual summit is. Like an offline conference, it has talks on topics related to specific niche and sub-niche. The critical difference is that with a virtual summit, these talks are usually pre-recorded, which means that there are fewer opportunities for last-minute technical issues or speaker no-shows. Why are virtual summits gaining popularity? Virtual summits are the latest trend being picked up by both experienced business owners and people just starting out. Apart from the obvious benefits it costs and time, they offer an opportunity and impact bigger than your physical conference. Most businesses, including your competitors, are losing piles of cash in trying to make physical conferences fruitful. Is it even making any measurable impact on the growth of the business? It is difficult to measure, and therefore spending so much money on these physical conferences is questionable. For instance, if you're going to set up a physical conference in a hotel or even a conference center, you have to rent the space up front and pay 50% down. Then you have to talk to the concierge because you have to provide snacks for the people throughout the summit whenever there's a break between sessions. So the cost up front is can be astronomical, whereas when you're doing a virtual summit, all you have to do is set up the room and promote it and use it to collect names and email addresses. Therefore, you're able to keep in touch with everyone throughout the year, even if they don't upgrade when they participate in a virtual summit. But the opposite is true when you host a virtual summit. These virtual conferences are changing the game. If you have the right approach and the desire to host one yourself, it's a home run waiting to be hit for your business. A virtual summit is more accessible. All you need is an internet connected device such as a computer, a smartphone, or even a tablet. It's more affordable because all the attendees have to do is just register for your free ticket. And it's novel because you can be as creative as you wish with your virtual summit. It's measurable, and that's probably the most important factor out there. A virtual summit is an opportunity to build your brand, position yourself as a leader in your industry by hosting your own virtual summit or sponsoring an upcoming virtual summit that offers measurable opportunities. Here is why it's given you the opportunity to position yourself as a leader. Because if you understand your niche and you bring into your summit speakers who actually understand and know that industry and they can give value to your attendees, that value that you give them for free is what's going to get them to want to upgrade to a freemium level and even want to participate in the premium conference. So therefore, you need to consider what all of this means to you. If you want to partner with influencers, even if you don't have a network, grow your email list by thousands of hot prospects ready to buy, or position yourself as a leader in your niche, then it's high time that you learn how to host a virtual summit. And let's break that down and talk about what a virtual summit is. The virtual summit is a conference held online that brings together expert speakers to present on a specific topic. People can register with their email address to watch the video interviews and presentations, often for free during the event. Access to unlimited viewing of the 5 to 30 plus talks requires an upgrade. There are three primary models for the virtual summit depending on what you want to achieve, including the free model, the freemium model, and the premium model. What we're going to do is break this down and actually talk about each of the models and help you understand just how each of them can put you and get you exactly what you're looking for and the level at which you want everything to be at, and a way to help you grow your business and also help you to understand how, as a organizer of a virtual summit, it can benefit you. The free summit model means that if you're going to generate a new list of leads, you'll probably want to go for a lead generator style summit that is free to attend. The attendee gives you their contact details in exchange for access to the summit online. This type of summit is the most popular when trying to grow your email list. If you do your job well and have a good virtual summit funnel, you can turn many of these leads into paying customers further down the line. How you do this is that you get those leads into an autoresponder and you email all of those attendees by offering them tips and tricks or even videos of continual information that can help them, because what you're doing is you're helping them to get to know, like, and trust you. And as they get to know, like, and trust you, then when you offer future summits, what does that do? That gets them in the buying mode so that when they come in, you don't have to worry about whether or not they're going to upgrade to a premium model, because you really know they will. Now, let's talk about what a freemium summit model is. The second cost structure is a freemium summit. The format allows people to register for free, but then for specific sections of benefits, there is a paid upgrade. Remember that you want people to benefit from the summit, so that you need to be sure that you're adding enough value for free attendees. And what that means is that the speakers are really giving them some really good information that they know they can use in the future. The last thing you want to do is mislead them and have your prospect thinking it's all free, when in fact anything of value is locked behind a paywall. And let me kind of break that down and talk about when you're putting together a funnel, you have a free gift that you're giving them. In this case, it's the summit. Then you can, throughout the summit, keep offering them an upsell or a downsell. The upsell being that they can get the premium summit at a discounted price for the length of the time of the free presentation. And what you can also do is downsell them by getting them to upgrade to pay for the audio programs that they can take home and continue to listen to long after your free summit is finished. Now, let's talk about the last model, which is the premium summit model. The third structure is a premium summit. These require attendees to pay a fee to attend. This structure is less popular. They generally work well with an existing customer or lead base who already know you well enough to make a payment. And that's where, by having them within your autoresponder, that you are sending them valuable information throughout the year, and you're building a relationship with them. This is how you build a business, whether or not you're doing a summit or whether or not you are just selling an e-learning course or a webinar down the road, that you are building up a relationship with them so that eventually they get to know, like, and trust you. And once they get to know, like, and trust you, then they're more willing to purchase from you. Now, which virtual summit model is best? It's worth nothing that a free summit will generate many more leads, and combined with a robust virtual summit funnel are far more profitable in the long run. Think of the free summit as a way to warm up cold leads. As a digital asset, your goal is to get as many people as possible to attend. A freemium summit, on the other hand, requires you to first find, then warm up your leads before they spend money to attend. A premium summit works best if you're in a niche where there is little information available and your speaker lineup are known faces with information that attendees would be willing to pay for. And what that means is, when you are working within a specific niche, you should know who the leaders are in that industry. I'm a professional speaker, and what names do I know? Jim Rohn is one person that a lot of people have spoken about or brought up anything that he has said about network marketing and building a business. Then you got Brian Tracy and you got Jack Canfield. If you are putting on a summit and you are doing something, whether it's in the industry of health and wellness, you want to sell to coaches in that industry, well, you need to know who some of the biggest names are in that industry just to bring them in and give them the opportunity to, at the end of their presentation, to initially give a free item like an ebook, but also to be able to sell their books or their training programs. And you can even give those things as an option to get someone to upgrade if you truly want to help them. Think of the free summit as a way to warm up cold leads. As a digital asset, your goal is to get as many people as possible to attend. A freemium summit, on the other hand, requires you to first find, then warm up your leads before they spend money and attend. A premium summit works best if you're in a niche where there is little information available and your speaker lineup are known faces with information that attendees would be willing to pay for. So we just went over that again to reinforce the differences in the three types of summits. A well-run online summit requires a lot of work and some investment. So let's look at the benefits to see if it's a good growth strategy for your business. 5 key benefits of hosting a summit online. A virtual summit is a three-way win. Your audience gets access to excellent content at no cost. Your speaker gets exposure to new audiences that they would otherwise not have had. And you, as the organizer, have the opportunity to build your authority through association with industry leaders while growing your audience. Let's focus on how your business can benefit from a well-run online summit. Benefit number 1, generating new leads. Somewhere along the line, you need to fill your pipeline with leads. One of the easiest ways to achieve this is to have an irresistible offer for prospects. Remember how we said that a conference costs a company typically around $5,000 per attendee? Well, if you can offer them a free virtual summit with the same benefits as a traditional one, and in exchange for an email address, who could refuse that? A virtual summit blows the tradition lead generation methods right out of the water. Let's look at writing a blog post, for example. It takes hours of research, hours of writing, and hours of editing. Once it's finished, the real work begins in promoting it. If you've done a great job, you'll get a few social shares. However, a virtual summit is a real event with built-in shareability. People want to listen to industry experts and have access to ask them questions. And this platform provides the means to do that. That's enough to get anyone excited and hopefully to get them sharing. Another massive benefit, if you can leverage the networks of your speakers. They're always looking for channels to build their brand, and this is an easy way for them to do that. Speakers promote the summit to their followers, as it is a way of proving that they are industry leaders in a niche. It's important that you incentivize them to share your online summit to their mailing list and social following. Imagine that you have 30 speakers on your online summit. If you can get enough of these to share your summit with their followers, you could quickly be reaching a few million prospects because the summit has been promoted by someone that the follower is familiar with and trusts. They choose to follow them or have subscribed to their mailing list. Your chance of having a big sign-up rate is good. Finally, these are leads that are interested in your niche. If they've been following the industry experts and signed up for their mailing list or followed them on social media, you can be sure that they're interested in that niche. That means they have been pre-qualified, and you can't ask for better leads than that. So, to summarize, you're offering something that has great value for free, and it's being promoted to targeted followers, usually at no cost to you, and by someone that these followers trust. This is the perfect recipe for generating a large list of targeted new leads. Now, here's benefit number 2, increase your network. We've all read these business books whose mantra is, it's not what you know, but who you know. A virtual summit is a fantastic way to connect with industry leaders for the future collaborations. Because you have something to offer them, an opportunity to grow their influence by reaching new audiences as well as to enhance their authority. They are more likely to be open to having a conversation with you than they would otherwise. As the organizer of an online summit, you will have the chance to build strong relationships with these industry leaders. This has the potential to open doors for future partnerships, affiliate arrangements, and other ongoing benefits after the summit is over. Consider that these relationships are also an asset and that can be maintained and leveraged many years into the future. Benefit number three, establish yourself as an authority. If you're selling a product, one of the pillars of selling is to ensure that prospective customers trust you and your brand. For many new leads who haven't heard about you before, it's difficult to build up that trust, and it can take a long time. There is so much noise and so many scams online that people are cautious, and it can take many months to warm up a lead before they're ready to purchase. We found that one of the most significant benefits of a virtual summit is that it enables you to reduce the length of your sales cycle as quickly by positioning yourself as an authority. Now, before I get into it a little bit further, what I want to say here is that when you are looking to become known as an authority in your industry, you need to put up videos, you need to do a lot of content marketing, and taking part in a virtual summit, and if not taking part in it, but by organizing it, then what you're doing is you're building up your reputation. You're giving people the opportunity to know who you are and to know that they can get to know, like, and trust you. And once they trust you, then you can really build a strong relationship with them. And once you have that strong relationship with them, then you can always get referrals from them. So how does it work? In any niche or industry, there are certain brands and individuals who are considered industry leaders and experts. The secret to shortcutting the time it takes to be seen as an authority is to be associated with these leaders. You can quickly leverage your authority on the back of their reputations. If you're able to get some A-list speakers at your summit, by implication, they've endorsed your brand. So even if people don't know you, by seeing familiar industry names at your summit, you'll quickly increase your reputation and decrease the length of your sales cycle. This is one of the most significant benefits of running an online summit, being positioned as an equal alongside your industry's influencer. Benefit number four, grow your revenue. At the same point, you want to make profit from your online summit. As previously mentioned, a virtual summit is a fantastic way to boost your authority quickly and reduce your sales cycle, which will significantly help your bottom line. There are some other ways to monetize a virtual summit as well, and we would suggest testing them to see what combination works best. Depending on the size of your online summit, you you may easily be able to reach out to other companies and offer them sponsorships. For example, in your online conference, one of the speakers may advocate using a specific product. You can then reach out to the product providers and ask them if they would like to sponsor an advertisement or a video, bringing an additional revenue for you. Another popular method is to use an affiliate network. It's likely that the speakers will reveal various tools or products that they use. You could reach out to those product creators and negotiate an affiliate arrangement. They will provide you with a link, and when that link is used for your purchases, you'll earn on the sales. Benefit number 5, product creation. If you've done your work in the right way, at the end of your virtual summit, you'll have a high quality product, an asset that you can leverage again and again. If someone could show you a way to invest $100 and get out $500 in 30 days on repeat with the high probability of success, wouldn't you be interested? That's what an online summit can do, except that you can scale it as much as you like. And online summits also provide a fantastic way to develop and test new products. If you've done your job well, you'll have an engaged audience and can easily sell other related products. And when we're talking about other related products, we're also talking about e-learning courses, videos, any other affiliate program that you endorse can be something that you include and can upsell and retarget your customers for later.